Aaron Finch has gone, oh, got away with that. Well timed and well placed from Warner.
Oh, that's frustrating.
First boundary of the day. Oh, just wide of mid-wicket, but it's good enough, Warner. It was catchable height, but it was pretty well placed in the end.
Bit of width, and Warner takes advantage. No one down in the third man region.
For me, it's a big plan to try and get 3 dots.
Finch goes straight down the ground. A real sign of aggression by the Australian Clapton, and clears everything.
And if he does bowl full, Aaron Finch should be onto it. He struck it on the up, and that's the key against these New Zealand medium pacers. Bat out of your crease and bomb them down the ground. Finch has.
Cop
They were
some in on it.
patrolling for.
And Warner again, this time down the ground. That's just a prod of the bat.
I told her to shut up.
And now Warner squeezing it away through cover. A great over for the Australians. That's nicely tugged away from David Warner. Brings up his 6th boundary.
Just been told. 226 average score back in the 70s. That's high on the bat and all the way. And unfortunately, can't get someone to throw it back in, so you have to jump the fence and get it.
Yeah, that was a poor ball, dragged down. Aaron Finch was all over it, belted that well back. What's that? There's a dozen seats there, is there?
So that is 50 out for David Warner. His 21st for Australia. And he has been a run machine for Australia.
I'm not sure he knows because no one's applauding.
Yeah.
Honestly, he hasn't raised his bat, and now they
There
are.
we go.
There we go.
But Australia looking complete control at the moment.
50 up for Aaron Finch. 55 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s. It's only the second time he's done it against the Kiwis. Mark Horse jumped in the seat. Nathan Lyon also. And this will be it, the first wicket for New Zealand.
A wicket. Lockie Ferguson from around the wicket bangs it in. David Warner was just hurried with that extra pace from Ferguson. Spliced it up to mid-on. And that wicket's been...
Technique actually changed in the Ashes game over at Perth. And now he's the best batter in the world. So they had this same field for...
Oh, look at that shot from Steve Smith.
Told you he's hitting it
That's the
harder.
helicopter whip over backward square.
But June, I was mentioning that they had this field for Smudge during the World Cup, and Martin Guptill took an absolute screamer at Lords.
That's right, yeah.
They didn't bowl this full. And
Oh, edged. I reckon that's the end of Finch. It is.
Aaron Finch is gone. Let's have a look at this slower. And it just bites in the track enough to get the edge. You don't want to spin it too much, just enough to get the edge.
Oh, through him. Smith is knocked over by Santner, who gets his 2nd.
So we're seeing through this middle stage where spin's very hard to get hold of. Hits the top of off stump. Steve Smith gives himself a bit of room. You're thinking, well, how did I miss that?
And put away. Just dragged it down. Chipped away. This should be out. That's easily taken.
Questions are going to be asked about it. Sodhi has a wicket. Short is out. It's 4 for 165.
As drinks come on to the ground.
That should be out. It is out. Guptill.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's a tactic to him, slower and wider, because Santner bowled similar line to him last over and keeping the ball away from Mitch Marsh. Obviously,